Hello, everyone. It's been a sad last couple days here. First of all, I'm thankful that I got to see Joey in the hospital and say goodbye to him on Sunday afternoon. That meant a lot to me, and I told him before he left us, I said, Joey, thanks for making me a better person. And because he really did, and I really feel that he made everyone in the room a better person when they left that room. Staffy?
Well, I first of all, on all of our behalf, we can't forget the fact that we lost, a valued friend, personal friend, and of course our condolences go to the Moss family first and foremost. Sparky, Kenny, we're all close friends of the Moss family, as well as just Joey and our dear friend Stevie Moss. So it's a terrible loss to the family, and it's a terrible loss to our personal families, as well as the Oiler family, and the community of Edmonton and the NHL.
Great. Over to Ken.
I'm listening to all this, how much we talk and how fortunate we were even to have him part of our lives. And there's one person I want to make sure that we don't forget, and that was his mom. How much part that she was involved in this. And I remember her telling my mom about how hard it was to train Joey to get on that bus and be able to get off that bus at the bottle depot. And how the first day that she finally had to let him go was one of the toughest days in her life. So let's remember Sophie, because she was a very big part of this too.
Thanks a lot, Ken. Thanks, Barrie. Thanks, Sparky. Now, if any media have questions, I'll ask you to use the raise hand function to raise your hand, and I'll unmute you and you can ask your question. Okay, first we have Adam Cook.
Hi, guys. Thanks for doing this, and my condolences on the loss of your friend. I just wanted to ask, when he sang the anthem behind the bench, he took such great joy in it, but I know he also liked to entertain the players with his rendition of La Bamba. How did he just help lift the spirits of the players, and when did the singing start? When did that all start?
He came with the singing. That was part of the package. He always was. He comes from a very musical family. The Moss family had a bus, and they toured northern Alberta. I think they were called the Yellowhead somethings, and they were a musical family. Music's always been in Joe's life.
And Adam, of course, Joey's first passion was the Oilers and Wayne, and we all know that. But his second passion was dancing and music, and he's very musically inclined, as you can see. I don't think he took any formal dance training, but if you ever saw him or not only dance to La Bamba but sing La Bamba, that's one of the reasons why it puts a smile on our faces right now thinking about it. I mean, his energy and his ability to dance and entertain. He was a natural entertainer, right, Spark?
Great, thanks. Next, we have Reed Wilkins. Reed, go ahead.
Guys, my condolences. Thanks so much for sharing thoughts and memories of Joey today. Just really, if any of you or more than one wants to take this, where do you think he got all this energy? I mean, I see so many tweets and interviewed people last night, and it just seemed he was this incredible mixture of energy, enthusiasm, and oh, by the way, he got all his work done perfectly at the same time. It was a pretty neat combination. Where did that energy and that dedication come from, do you think?
Well, I'll start quickly and say that he got the energy from the players, and the players got the energy from Joe. It was quite reciprocated. As any of you guys know in the room that spent time with us, I mean, he wasn't afraid to bark back at any player. It didn't matter who they were, whether they're the coach or Wade or whoever. And so just as much energy as he put out, he got it from the players, and then the players in turn and the staff, we got it from him. He was just a ball of joy and happiness, and he passed that on all the time. I don't know, Spark.
Too.
Yeah.
I think
Go ahead.
I think the work ethic also came from his family. A family of 13 kids. You knew that you worked there. Everyone was part of that family, and I think that where a lot of his work ethic also came from his family. And then there was a little bit of education by Sparky showing him how to work.
Great. Next we have. Oh, sorry.
I think he worked out of fear down at the room because he didn't want to go back to the bottle depot.
All right. Next we have Quinn Phillips from Global. Quinn, go ahead.
Hi, guys. Condolences from the Phillips family. Joey ended up having such an impact on the community. There's a number of dressing room attendants now with Down syndrome, such an impact on Special Olympics. Could you have seen that coming? And what was it like to be a part of that and just kind of see his legend grow?
Well, the thing I've always said about Joey Moss is he's touched so many different diverse communities. You can talk about the Edmonton Oilers Community Foundation. Joey did numerous events for them to help raise money for charities, but because of his affiliation with Winifred Stewart, his affiliation with the Down Syndrome Society of Edmonton, it was a natural progression that they would use somebody who was as a member of our staff in the public eye, and training staff typically are not in the public eye, but because of Joey's notoriety with Wayne and the team, he became a public figure. I've always said he's probably the most famous person in Edmonton that didn't even know it. But it was a slow progression, but a natural progression. And, whether it was dealing with people with handicaps, with people with disabilities, underprivileged, Joe Moss touched everyone in a very diverse way right across the country.
Great. Next, we have Marty Klinkenberg from the Globe and Mail. Marty, as soon as you're unmuted, go ahead.
Okay. Hey, guys. Thank you very much for doing this. I just had a question. I thought that you guys would be the best ones to ask this to. Can you think of anybody who's been with the organization without stop for as long as Joey has?
There's no one.
Yeah. Yeah, I was looking at it today and thinking about it. And Barrie, what year did you start?
Well, Sparky was part of the team before I was. So Sparky's got me by a couple of years. I started in 1981. Sparky was with the team from 79.
I was with them when they joined the NHL. Yeah.
So Sparky started, Joey was in, I think, 83, 84. Yeah. Kevin Lowe was one of the original members of the team from the NHL, but he did leave for a couple of years before he came back. I was, I guess, willfully employed for 38 years Oilers organization in many different jobs from 2010. But I guess, I don't know, maybe I've been a little bit longer than Joe, but the legend of Joe Moss lives long past the rest of us trainers.
Okay, thank you very much, guys.